Yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? Back once more with another daily live stream, and as we can see right now, Kaspa has decided it wants to correct again today. The most bipolar project in this space right now. Honestly, I'm sure FUD and frustration is gone back to all-time highs once again. We can see Kaspa right now is down 4.08% on the daily time frame, now valued at 14.75 cents. Once more though, as we can see, it has corrected and seemingly held at this level of support that I drew out a couple days back, a couple streams back here, between 14.7 and 14.3 cents. So for the most part, if Kaspa can hold this, should it be able to hold this, I'll be very optimistic and very hopeful that we will start seeing that reversal and hopefully this pump leading up towards the end of the month towards the highs of 20 cents. I think again, Kaspa reaching the likes of 20 cents now is probably a bit much to ask for, but again, we have seen on previous occasions, even recently, where Kaspa has drastically shot up in price very, very quickly, 36% right here in 2 days. So we could see similar price action happening in just 2 days' time as well. But time will tell, of course. But as always, though, it will depend on numerous incoming catalysts. For example, we got potential speculation, but strong speculation that we could see a market explosion tomorrow as the ETF market opens up once again, and Michael Saylor seems to be very optimistic, or hinting even that he's going to be buying a hell of a lot more Bitcoin. We got more developments regarding the Kaspa developers dropping some bombshells. Tom Polinsky, of course, is currently or just finished his conference talk about whether layer 1 will still be relevant in 2030 in Australia, and we've got some big leaks regarding that we can go into. And also we got another leak, shout out to Kaspa Enthusiast, who showcased on his Twitter that potentially we are seeing the 10 block per second timeline being accelerated, which would be a very, very big deal. The sooner that comes out, the quicker Kaspa's price will start to rise. There's no doubt about that in my mind. But as always, if you enjoy this, you should be doing these daily, leave a like, share your friends, subscribe for more, and hopefully you're all having a very good weekend, a very good Sunday. Good morning to you, Adam Bates. Welcome back to the stream, my man. Good morning to you too, MVE. Ghazi, good morning, my man. Back to the stream. Andy just bought 27.6 Kaspa. Welcome back to the stream, my man. Why is the sound so down? I cannot explain as to why. I have not changed the volume at all. Maybe the stream might be turned on your end by accident. I haven't changed anything, I promise you. The volume's pretty much at max, and I'm next to my mic, so I'm not sure, Andy. Hopefully you can still hear me. I'd recommend trying to turn it up if you can. Johnny Outdoors, I hope it keeps dropping. I've got some dry powder coming in soon. So do I, low-key. As much as I want the price to go up so I can finally have a stream where I'm talking about the good news of Kaspa and no one's going to be fudding about it. Either way, personally, I want to keep building up my allocation of Kaspa. Therefore, I want to see the price keep going down personally again. But that's just me. I'm not, because I want Kaspa to go down, I want it to do very well, but I want to keep accumulating more while it is still at dirt cheap values. Right now, and according to the power law, it is 62.4% undervalued. That's a very, very big deal in my opinion, but hey ho. Time will tell where Kaspa's going to go from here. I do believe, again, if Kaspa holds this, we've seen it 3 times now where Kaspa has rebounded off this level right here, off the bottom wick being in between this zone, so we can, do that once more. Hopefully we can see Kaspa start to make a reversal, but again, it depends on Bitcoin and crypto following as well. LFO, sounds good. Okay, well, good to hear, my man. First time catching the stream on time, great to hear, my man. Dolphin here, don't let the manipulation and FUD get to you. The fundamentals and the haven't changed. Institutions see the potential of Kaspa to explode in the space. 10 BPS. I couldn't agree more. Again, much of the price is going down and frustrating. What we are in for Kaspa for mainly, most of us here, is for what is going to be in the future, the fundamental part behind it. Because in the future, when the crypto market becomes a utility market, that's going to happen in the future. It's not going to just be hype and pumps and dumps, so to speak. It will be projects that are building something that is really, really good. They're the ones that are going to stand the test of time. They're the ones going to start pumping in value. Kaspa has the best chance out of most in this space to really take hold of this space, grab it by the balls, if you will, and has the fundamental to back it up and be a really, really good project. I meant you sound a little sad. Oh, apology, my man. No, I'm not sad at all. I'm quite tired. I just played a football game. Well, about a few hours back, I finished my Sunday League game, and we didn't win. Frustrating, but I'm not sad. Thanks for looking out for me, Andy. Honestly, I respect that. Thank you very much, man. But I'm good. I'm good. I'll never be sad when I'm talking about Kaspa. Whether it goes up or down. Either way, I'm optimistic and very bullish for where Kaspa's going to go in the future, and therefore I'm confident that I'll be making a lot of money in the future as well. 180k Kaspa here. Wow, little foot. Massive news. Big up to you, my man. Keep slapping at the vids. Started watching at 80k. We get 165k and counting KRC20 and dry powder. Let's move. Again, I do think I'll be here. Don't worry. I'll still be here daily. I'm going to be actually away seeing some family this next week, as a Friday to Monday. But I'll still be sure to get streams out at least every single day. It might be a different setup, so it might sound a little bit different. But either way, I will be getting streams. So don't worry about that. I'll be letting people know again in my free Discord server about the timings of when I'll be going live, because that might be very different. But again, if you want to know more about Kaspa, crypto, market sentiments, other projects, memes, whatever you name it, then go check out my free Discord server in the description, the chat, and also on my YouTube homepage. Alright, so before I get into some more of the questions right now, I do see you Bitcoin billionaire. I'll come back to that in just a moment because I want to cover some of the big news first off here with Kaspa. Now, first thing, of course, as you see from the thumbnail, Binance. I'm going to talk about Binance, of course, because it's kind of one of the biggest news around Kaspa right now. We do know that Binance is gearing up. Binance futures have Kaspa. You've got Binance, Kaspa mining pools. You now have the Binance Web3 wallet support and the Trust wallet support, which also is owned by Binance, as we can see here on the CoinMarketCap, which CoinMarketCap also is a Binance-run website. So again, a lot of connections there, at least 3 or 4 or 5 now of Binance supporting Kaspa. Not to mention as well, the KRI Roy O'Neill confirmed about a week or two back that Binance integration has already been completed with Kaspa. So Kaspa and Binance is seemingly very close. We know it's coming, in due time, of course. When it's going to come again, we don't really know. But we do have this post here, which also just adds to that growing level of speculation and FOMO for Kaspa and Binance, which is that here at the conference in Australia, the Kaspa booth, you had Binance members, Binance official, Binance team members who are in attendance, even holding a Kaspa pamphlet right here. Which again is just it's good to see, right? It's not major news. Again, we understand already, all of us here, the connection between Binance and Kaspa, as put down in a TLDR here from this post from Crypto Matt K. We know all the connections Kaspa has to Binance. The fact that Binance also did an AMA interview with the Kaspa team, with Nicholas Sismill and Wolfie, an hour stream or so, not an hour and a half, and it was the most successful stream they've ever had of 75k. It's a very big deal. So we know the connections are there. We're just waiting for the listing. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Either way, Binance will be coming soon enough, and one thing we heard from the KF as well is that they're waiting for a more opportune time, if you will, to list Kaspa. So what we're waiting for right now, for Binance in particular, is the higher volume for Kaspa. Right now, Kaspa's volume is up again, which is good to see. 20% up on the daily, 236 million, which is not too bad at all. We can see right now that the volume for the likes of Bybit has dropped a little bit, in percentage, but right now it's at 15 million, or almost 16 million. But BitGet also now at 8%, at 18, almost 19 million. Kraken has dropped down quite massively today. It was at 3.3 yesterday, around 1.5. Now it's at 0.64%, 1.5 million. So not the most ideal thing to see. We can see right now the volume is mainly be taken up by the likes of Gate and MEXC. Of course, MEXC seems to be the key contributor to manipulating the price of Kaspa. At least that's the incentive driven by the community right now. And where this stands right now, what we've got to understand right now is in accordance to the KF and what they stated and what Binance apparently stated to them as well, and other major tier ones like OKX as well, is the other tier ones are going to want to see high volume of Kaspa consistently to have the incentive to list the project. But also they're going to be looking at the major exchanges, not just, they're not going to be looking at, they'll be looking at Kaspa as a whole, but then they're also going to be mainly looking at the other so-called tier ones to see if actually it's worth their while. So right now they'll be looking at Kraken volume of Kaspa, which right now is not doing so well. They'll be looking at Bybit apparently. According to the KF, they also consider the likes of Bybit and BitGet as big exchanges, so-called tier ones. Now we in the community only consider Kraken, but Bybit again is no small exchange. If it's not a tier 1, it's a massive tier 2. 8.5 billion 24-hour trading volume with 4.7 million weekly visits. It's not a small exchange. Right now it's outdoing the likes of Coinbase on the rankings right now. So that is a big deal. Again, this is a Binance run website, CoinMarketCap, but either way, these tier 1s will be looking at the likes of Bybit, BitGet and Kraken apparently according to the KF, and if the volume for these three stay high or they go higher, that would be the flip the switch moment you need to see for Binance to hopefully jump on board and list Kaspa. Now, I'm sure the volume for Kaspa will continue to go up in due time following other major developments, but also following the stuff coming for Kaspa as well. We can see here a bit of a small-ish summary of what happened regarding the event, the summit, if you will, the conference in Australia with Jonathan Sobolinski here. Kasplex repeated ongoing right now. Chain abstraction, the final narrative to fix the crypto UX problem in hundreds of blockchains. an inherent issue that goes on all the time that Kaspa is trying to fix. And here's the thing, right? This post here from Jonathan Belinsky, the question obviously being asked, his main comment about is, will L1 still be relevant in 2030 in 5 years' time? Long and short of it, yes. He said yes. I don't need to play I can play the video out for you if you really want to, but I don't need to. It's a 7-second clip, and he just says yes, pretty much. Of course, the whole clip is here. It's on YouTube. I'll link this in my Discord server once more, so go check it out there after the stream, and you'll hopefully, well, not even hopefully, you'll find it in there after the stream is done, within a few minutes, hopefully. But either way, L1 will still be relevant in 2030, and I always believe that anyways, because of where the market's going right now, of institutions getting involved with the banking system more or less collapsing to incorporate blockchain. L1s will become very, very relevant as blockchain becomes an integral part of the monetary system. So Kaspa, in that regard, I think will also be a very, very big deal. But again, talking about the final narrative, what some politically talking about, how Kaspa effectively is going to fix it here. This post here from Michael on the thread, if you will. Hashtag from Polinsky, navigating through infrared sequencing, cool. Only now I noticed that an unpublished paper title was unveiled in the bottom right of this slide, right here. Monopoly Game Over, a competitive market design for transaction sequencing. This again is an inherent issue in the financial world right now, of transactions just taking too long, or there being too many issues, or collapsing. It's issues with transactions. You think about banking all the time. Banks go down, transactions don't go through, money can get stolen, so on and so forth. Again, this stuff can happen in blockchain to an extent, but at a much lesser degree, right? You can see here, this paper, this unpublished title here, was created and devised by the likes of Aviv. So, I believe this is Tom Polinsky's mentor, and also Tom Polinsky himself. Two of the key contributors to my knowledge, at least Tom Polinsky definitely is, to Kaspa, talking in this paper about meth resistances and about, basically the fact that he's basically, him, understandably, has been building this Kaspa and building this narrative to fix the financial system for years and years and years now. And Kaspa has the technology to do so. They need the adoption for the price to go up. But again, that's why for me, Kaspa is a long-term hold. I'm not expecting Kaspa to do a 50,000x tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'm holding Kaspa for 20, 30, 40 years or so. So then by that point, I will be making that 50,000. Again, that's an excessive number, but you get my point. A 50,000x, because again, that's what they're trying to solve right now in the monetary system right now. We've got another interesting slide here from Microsoft once more. Kaspa 2030. Here's talk about, again, somebody put out a tweet quite a while back now in 2021 when he pretty much launched Kaspa there, saying, I'm going to do 100 blocks per second with proof of work, who's coming. Now, of course, we also see this narrative as, yeah, I mean, that'd be great. We don't really need that. And even Viv Zohar here, his mentor, mentioned this, saying, I don't think you'll need much faster rates than 10 BPS. So with that, basically meaning, with 10 BPS coming in literally a few months' time, and according to Viv Zohar, you don't really need faster than that. And I think it's going to be apparent as well. We already see how quick Kaspa is at the proof of work. The fastest proof of work in this space by a country mile. With 10 BPS and then smart contracts, it will be able to compete, if not surpass, proof of stake projects as well. Be more scalable and faster than proof of stake. So it will be probably the fastest, one of the fastest chains in this space, or block DAG, in this protocols in this space, if you will, the sequences. And of course, then somebody is saying, in theory, he can go to 100. And if Zohar says you don't need to do that, it doesn't decrease confirmation times by much. It might just be better to scale the block size to increase transaction per second, which is also a good thing. But there's a lot of things that are batched at the block level which would improve. So ultimately, yes, we don't need to see 100 blocks per second. But either way, Sopolinsky said he's going to do it. And I think he will at least get higher. We know with the Rust protocol right now, which is already incorporated into Kaspa, the end goal for Rust is meant to be 32. And then I believe with the likes of Dag Knight, that's meant to be incorporated into Kaspa to eventually then allow that next level up to get to 100 blocks per second. But either way, Bill says 10 BPS is pretty much the most you'll ever need. We won't do much more after that. So either way, by that logic, with 10 BPS coming very, very soon, we would likely see not the end game for Kaspa, but a small sight of what the end game for Kaspa will be like. And institutions will start reading that as well and start adopting Kaspa more and more. I'm very confident of that much. We've got a bit of a thread or a lengthy post here regarding Kaspa versus meth resistances, which I can give a little bit TLDR about. Ultimately, this is I think it's regarding what Sopolinsky mentioned in this post here. Ultimately, talking about Kaspa's parallel processing solutions. The fact that obviously Kaspa is unique with block DAG, but it therefore means that multiple miners can work on different blocks at the same time, which you can't do with Bitcoin. It has to be one at a time because it's all in a chain. But with because it's a block DAG, you do it all at the same time, which is very, very good, which therefore increases competition, which makes it harder for malicious actors to manipulate the network. So therefore, having block DAG, multiple blocks working at the same time, it makes it harder for bad actors to take advantage of that, because you'll have more people working on it, making it harder to break through. Again, that's why the hash rate has rose so quickly in such a short amount of time. This also, and then this circles back to how this therefore counters the MEV, if you will. How it counters the MEVs? Well, ultimately, it counters the MEV because of the increased competition, as I just mentioned, but also it reduces block reward concentration. So it means, because it's more distributed with many miners, it will reduce the influence of just one single entity. So it means that if there were bad actors to take involved, they have to have a whole task force, if you will, a whole group of people, and multiple of that probably, trying to all take over the network at the very, very same time. Just one person alone will struggle to make any significant difference. Therefore, again, that's why Kaspa is the trilemma solver effectively, because again, it's decentralized, and its centralized nature also makes it more secure, and because of its block technology, and also with 10 BPS coming very, very soon, it's also scalable and can handle the higher speeds. They're also going to be tackling this Oracle problem they mentioned here, the Oracle problem here, where they're trying to basically find alternatives to create a competitive market for data providers. I can come back to this a little bit later on because it's probably a bit technical. Either way, it's a great read. I'll come back to this probably a little bit later on because I'll probably ask some more. I'll probably want to hear the news regarding 10 BPS, I'd imagine. But either way, information will be linked in my Discord server, so you can go check it out there once again. So don't worry about it either way. I'll come back to it if you really want to hear it. I mean, I probably will either way. But it is interesting. It's very, very cool to hear. But either way, this is one of the big announcements here regarding Kaspa Enthusiast, regarding the 10 BPS announcement here. So he says, maybe you can help me out here. I'm reading the Coder Stuff post on Discord correctly. I'll be much further along in the timeline than Crescendo than planned. This post here. Big news, December 1st. So we can see, and all testers running on testnet 11 nodes. We will soon put up a testnet only release for the testnet 11 environment, which will hard fork the testnet 11 network to include KRP9 and KRP10 consensus changes. More importantly, this new testnet release will include all the optimization and improvements we have been working on thus far, and will allow us to determine the minimum recommended node spec for 10 BPS on the mainnet. Stay tuned. Current target for testnet 11 hard fork is December 1st, 2024 at 6 PM UTC, which is literally going to be, it's about 2 hours from now, in 1 week. Yeah, it's literally 1 week from now, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this time, so 2 hours from now, next week, we will see again, if they stick to the timeline that is, we'll see the launch of testnet 11, which therefore potentially means we're seeing an acceleration of this Crescendo hard fork version here. This is basically where we're at. Because we see in initiative improvement, enhanced user experience, and additional features all meant to happen in December, January. But now we're looking at hard fork version, I believe, or we're around here. So potentially we are accelerated. Either deployed transition testnet. So either way, I think we're potentially further along than we'd like to expect. Again, they did confirm that 10 BPS will be coming out in Q1 2025. So it will be coming out in the right time. But whether it's going to be the early part or the latter half, we weren't sure. Looks like potentially we're going to get it earlier than we expect, and that'd be a very, very big deal considering that Donald Trump takes an office January 20th, early Q1, and therefore the potential market top that I've been talking about the past few streams could end up being March, April, May time. So if 10 BPS comes out earlier, that could also potentially mean we end up seeing Kaspa's pump earlier as well. Now, of course, again, Kaspa's all-time high or its peak of the cycle is always to be discussed, determined. Of course, nothing's confirmed. We can always speculate about it, but what we want to see, what I want to see in particular, is just the developments of Kaspa, where it's going to go, and give me therefore the confidence of what we're building right now. For example, again, smart contracts coming out in summer 2025 with Project Sparkle. It's been confirmed from the KRI that a lot of the projects they want to currently publish and get out there, they need smart contracts first, their opcodes. But they're already ready. So with smart contracts coming out in just 4 or 5 months from now, or probably about 6 to 8 months, I think it is from now, 6 to 8 months from now, you'll see KRI get involved as well, and that could potentially also add to Kaspa's price movement from here as well. So yeah, all in all, I think that's very, very big news for Kaspa. Hopefully we'll see that correlate to some price rising. Of course, those who want to see the price go up, I'd love to as well. But at the same time, ultimately what I'm seeing time and time again, which is something that has been reiterated from the likes of CZ, Binance, from some Polinsky as well, is that they don't really care about the price or the exchange listing, as much as they're important, they don't care about it. What they care about is developing a good project. And with developing a good project, good utility, good fundamentals, the rest will follow in suit. The price rising. When people realize that Kaspa is really trying to build something here, people will start jumping to the project as a great investment of the future Bitcoin, if you will, but better, as Bitcoin can't be scalable. The exchanges will also realize that as well and start listing the project as well. That's why you're seeing the likes of Binance standing at booths for Kaspa. They'll be hearing about this stuff as well. They're probably in attendance at Jonathan Tobolitsky's talk about will it still be relevant in 2030 or once. Honestly, it's ultimately another case of me just trying to say we are still early with Kaspa. I'm not saying early with crypto. Bitcoin's near 100k right now. You know, we are in the middle of a bull cycle, and the peak could be anytime in the next 3-4 months, potentially even longer, maybe a year. Best case scenario, I'd say. But either way, where crypto is going to go as a whole industry, we are early. Crypto's market cap right now is just around 3.25 trillion. This is a market that by the end of 2025 should most likely peak at 6 trillion. As in, like, a bearish scenario, I think could even reach 10, but my bearish scenario is 6 trillion. But in the future to come, I strongly believe that the likes of Bitcoin could be a $1 million asset. It's currently at 100k. It could 10x from here in the next 2 or 3 cycles, or next cycle of following this. It depends on how much institutional adoption comes to crypto and how big the market becomes. Because again, it's how much they're utilizing crypto and blockchain into monetary systems right now is happening more and more. That's why the likes of XRP was rallying, because of their institutional use case, but also because Gary Gensler was being confirmed to be sacked. Now, right now, XRP is down almost 8%, following the other corrective news. And that was also expected as well. I mean, XRP has gone through an amazing rally. You know, those who hold XRP, myself included, we're quite happy right now. I'm up 50% or so like that. People who are also holding Algorand, again, similar sort of scenario here. But, you know, it was the whole rumor thing. Gary leaving. He's now confirmed that. Price goes up and now it's going to come back down. It probably start consolidating around these prices for the next few weeks to follow, leading up to the next potential Bitcoin rally, potentially the next Bitcoin breakout surpassing 100k. That's potentially on the cards. We did see Bitcoin peak at $99,800. Just $200 off 100k, and now we're seeing it go through a corrective cycle. And while altcoins dumping, apart from the gaming space looking really, really good right now. I need to actually find out why, but gaming looking really, really good. Gala, GFAL, Vulcan Forge, Nakamoto Games, everything but Miria on my list here. All the games are going up, so I need to look into why. But the reason why altcoins are dumping also is because the Bitcoin dominance has started coming back again. Those who watched my stream yesterday, you saw that every altcoin was going up in value because Bitcoin dominance was down below this trend line that I drew out. That's when the Bitcoin dominance, you know, that's when the altcoins started doing really, really well. And you can see right now, from where it ended down here, or for when it started here, it went down again. The altcoins were pumping, and now it's back up. The Bitcoin dominance is coming back, and as a result, therefore, the alts are struggling again because the money's now going back into Bitcoin. And I think the reason why is because of what's going to potentially be happening on Monday. Now, we got the post here regarding the fear and greed index. It potentially, therefore, means we're going to start seeing some more corrections because the greed is so high right now. If you look at CoinMarketCap right now, it says it's 85, so it's still extreme greed. But the more important announcement comes from this. You know, $205 million liquidated from the crypto market in the past 4 hours. That's a hell of a lot. But also comes from this, a little bit of a troll here, but Jim Cramer is just too powerful. Those who watched my stream a day or two ago, I mentioned that Jim Cramer stated on CNBC on his show, the Mad Money show, all I could tell you is own Bitcoin, that's a winner. Jim Cramer is notoriously the anti-villain for crypto, or just stock markets, or markets in general. If he says, he mentioned the stuff about GME, it's like, oh, GME is terrible, yada yada. GME skyrocketed off that. Bitcoin's terrible, Bitcoin go up. Bitcoin's great, Bitcoin go down. Jim Cramer is anti-market. Whatever he says, as much as it's a joke, is also semi-serious. Whenever he says something, always expect the market to do something else. As soon as he said that, Bitcoin's now come down to, well, I think it's even further now, down to 96k. Yeah, 96k. Like, Jim Cramer is he's a meme, if you will. So that's potentially one reason, but again, the more likely reason is due to the fact that, you know, the market's closed right now. Bitcoin ETFs, no one can buy them because the markets are closed right now. They'll open back up again on Monday, and that's when there's speculation right now. We'll see a massive surge following announcements Michael Saylor here, but also others as well. Michael Saylor here says, my forecast is $30 million a coin, Bitcoin, by the year 2045. So that is literally 20 years from now. Think about what Kaspa could be there for. The 30 million from now, let's just say Bitcoin's 100k, that's that is a massive terrible right now. That's a 10x, 100x, Yeah, 130x. If I did my math correctly, it's 130x in Bitcoin in 20 years. That's insane. Now, how much would 130x be for Kaspa right now? You know? Currently, let's just say it's at 20 cents for argument's sake. Again, math is going to be... I'm going to try to do the math in my head. 130x. You know what? I don't know why I just don't use my calculator on my phone. It'd be so much easier if I just did that. I'm sure people are already typing it in the chat. Those who are good at maths here. So just 20 cents times 130. $26 Kaspa. So in 20 years, can Kaspa be worth $26? Like, I think that is, again, not financial hype, but I think that's a given. Personally, I think Kaspa is going to be in 20 years' time at least $100. Like, that's where, again, by that point as well, you'll have ETFs for Kaspa and ETPs, multiple, I'm sure of that. You'll have 10 if not 100 BPS by then. You'll have smart contracts, you have the KRI, utilizing Kaspa in the energy sector and every other sector as well. You'll have KRC20 going crazy as well. You'll have all tier ones listing Kaspa as well. You have regulatory frameworks. You know, crypto's market cap, it'll be insane, right? So Kaspa, again, I hold Kaspa as a future investment like Bitcoin, but has a better ROI in my personal belief. And furthermore here, the reason why Bitcoin is currently dumping, potentially going to be reversing tomorrow, potentially, again, not financial advice, is following this series of announcements here. MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor says, over the next 2 weeks, we've generated $5.4 billion in Bitcoin gains. We're making over $500 million a day, which is very, very good. MicroStrategy now has their $3 billion to buy more Bitcoin. They have enough money now to buy even more Bitcoin, $3 billion worth. And now Michael Saylor is hinting here, we need more green dots on SaylorTracker.com. We need more green dots. Look how much Bitcoin they bought already, DCAing into it. They're hinting, therefore, they're going to be probably putting that $3 billion more into Bitcoin very, very soon, potentially on Monday when the market opens back up again. That's why I think the markets are in this small correction, because people are now anticipating the inevitable potential rise for crypto and Bitcoin on Monday and the week to follow, leading to the end of November. I think right now I'm very optimistic that Bitcoin will surpass 100k before the end of the month. Then we might see some corrective behavior coming back down again, maybe down to 90k or so. This little zone here of support before we then start seeing it pump again, going into the new year, following that being the month January that Trump gets into office, and we start seeing crypto regulations come into play, more confirmation of pro-crypto candidates coming into office as well, for example. You know, Bad Guardian has put out this post here which about Scott Bessent, you know, being the perfect pick for Donald Trump for the Treasury Secretary. He's very, very pro-crypto, and this might be the most pro-crypto Treasury Secretary we've ever had in our life. And that also will be a key contributor to adding crypto's, you know, volatility going forward as well. So, in that regard, again, I'm still very, very bullish on crypto for this incoming week and, you know, month to happen. Even Kaspa, again, it's actually had a bit of a decent comeback since we started the stream. It's now at 2.97% as opposed to down to 14.9. It's just short of 15 cents right now. And again, it seems to be rebounding off this level of support, which is good to see. And that means potentially we can start seeing Kaspa again. We've seen for the past now 4 days, it kind of hold this zone. Obviously, it did wick up here yesterday, but either way, finishing on the daily, it's been hovering within this zone. So potentially, therefore, we could see a more aggressive move for Kaspa in the next few days. I'm hoping it will be to the upside, following Bitcoin's pump, following developments for Kaspa, again, following the fact that, again, it's going to be on testnet, so nothing really, really major, I guess. But either way, we're going to see 10 BPS announcements, developments, and updates surely on December 1st, which is just 1 week away. So again, huge news all in all, and there's still some more news to come for Kaspa, but I'm going to get into some of the questions just now because it has been a bit of a while. Bitcoin billionaire, please give generalized analysis of the market right now. Crypto are dipping. How far do you see what's going down? Okay, well, again, I'm not a big TA guy. I most of my analysis, if you will, I'll try and do some immediate analysis for the daily, but ultimately I just kind of give a general idea because I try to look at the news on the day that's happening that can affect the market. So again, on the day right now, there's no Bitcoin ETFs being bought because again it's the weekend, hence why Bitcoin's going down, but also in anticipation that Bitcoin's going to start going up, hopefully following the potential speculation that Mug says is going to be buying more on Monday. So where I do think we'll see potentially crypto, Bitcoin, and hopefully Kaspa therefore start making a push towards 100k by the end of November. And probably surpass it as well. That's kind of where my head's at. And And we can see that once more with the Bitcoin dominance again, rising once more. So that's showing that right now the dominance of Bitcoin's coming back against potentially again, leading up to that belief that Bitcoin's about to go through a rally again, despite the price is correcting. Dominance is back up again. And we are still in a position right now, we could hopefully see some more price rising as well. I think I do have a website to showcase. Did I save it? Please tell me I did. I don't think so. Let me quickly see if I can preload it. Just showcasing right now the I guess general consensus in the market, the CBBI. So we can see right now the confidence we're at basically right now when it decides to load. So yeah, right now the confidence is still at 80, which just shows. So since I mentioned this about 3 or 4 days ago, it's still at the same price, which just basically means that right now the market is still at a decent level of confidence that we can still be going higher. Therefore, it's not overinflated just yet. If we got into the 90s, that would be a sign that we start seeing corrective behavior potentially very, very soon. But instead of the 80s, so therefore there's still more room to run upwards. I think if we surpass 100k, it'll start jumping up a bit quicker. We'll see a correction. I think right now 150k is my target. Worst case 120k, and you might see a correction followed by then again. I'm hoping more pump following that again, more institutional adoption and so on and so forth. Because this is based off previous markets right now. But again, we're in a new market with institutional adoption, something we've never seen before. So it's really, really hard to ascertain, therefore, where the peak's going to be. Anything below 90 means we've got more room for growth right now. And right now we're at 80, at 96k. So therefore, with the market up on Monday, we can hopefully see some more upwards momentum. And hopefully, therefore, other projects like Kaspa will also follow in suit off the back of the other developments coming through as well that we've seen today. Again, more FOMO that Binance is going to be listing Kaspa very, very soon. Hopefully, the volume will come up to Kaspa again very soon. Right now, it is down, which is frustrating. Well, the volume's up, but the volume for the big exchanges are down. So again, Kaspa's price correction is probably again following off the back of the likes of mainly Mexi manipulating the price once more. Which again, those who are frustrated about it, I am a little bit as well. But ultimately, no matter where you go, it's going to happen. You can't stop manipulation. It just happens. If Binance ends up listing Kaspa, they'll probably be manipulating on Binance as well. It's just how the markets go. All you could do, as mentioned numerous times from Tony, is be a fish swimming with the whales. And that's how it is. You've got to try and follow the money. By the way, hoping you can make some gains of a Naka 2 cold gaming call. Yeah, Naka is one that I am very optimistic about. Right now, I have not got into it, I'll be fully honest. And that's a bit of a fumble for me because I could have got into it earlier down here. Or even earlier back here because I was looking at it back here. But either way, I think Naka's one that, again, if you look at it, it's not had a bull cycle yet, but it did start off around $7. And I think Naka's one that could hopefully return to this level of all-time high, if not surpass that in the cycle. So therefore, I'll be getting to Naka very soon. Right now, I hold Vulcan Forge, and I'm very this one I've made money on in the past. It's a bit of a personal buy, if you will. But I think, again, Vulcan Forge is a good one. Vulcan Forge, I'm hoping, will return to all-time highs, which would be, well, from where I bought it out, would be a 25x. Right now, it's at $3.40. It peaked around $50 even. So, it could hopefully, from where I bought it, have a 25x. And again, I'll get into Nakamoto as well. Again, this is one of the up-and-coming gaming ones that I'm very, very bullish about. And gaming, again, is looking very, very good right now. But again, none of them compared to my bag in Kaspa. Again, it's a small bag I have in them. My biggest bag by far, 70% allocation, is in Kaspa. But I do hold multiple projects, again, to diversify my assets. I did see a question put in by, I think it was Kas. I'm going to quickly just double-check that. It was, Kas. If you're in the stream, my man, welcome back to the stream. Basically just talking about him saying, I want to see if I want to put more money into Kaspa, and take some money out of my other investments, and KRC20 to do so. And I haven't replied to him yet. I did plan to, but my ultimate consensus right now, not financial advice, of course, is that I think diversification, as much as I believe in Kaspa, and I do believe in Kaspa wholeheartedly, I think diversification is always a very, very good thing. I think it's always worthwhile having some diversification just to, make some extra money other ways in the off chance that Kaspa does not do a great cycle, this cycle at least. If you're holding it long term, doesn't matter. But if you're holding it long term, then you have still more time to keep accumulating. You want to do well this cycle, then you'll probably be putting in more and more aggressively right now. But either way, I diversify. I've got, a decent amount of allocation. I'm not spreading myself too thin because I'm not, I'm not some next whale. I'm not a millionaire. I'm just literally just putting in some of my conviction picks, whether it comes from the AI sector, the gaming sector, DeFi sector, the obviously Kaspa as well, some real world assets as well, and then to memes as well. But yeah, I do think Naka's going to be a very, very big player. I do agree with that much. Michael, if you understand Kaspa, then it's either this cycle or the next for massive gains. Where else are you going to put your money? 10 BS smart contract and ultimately Coinbase will make Kaspa rocket. Patience. Again, couldn't agree more. FUD for Kaspa is the same for XRP. And now look at XRP rocketing. People are so emotional. I mean, there's a difference between the two. I understand the sentiment behind that, Michael. But of course, XRP is a proof of stake and centralized, whereas Kaspa is proof of work and decentralized. But I understand what you're trying to say is like, yeah, people are flooding XRP because they just like the projects because it's not doing anything price-wise. And then look at it, it's jumped up 3x in the past 3 weeks. But now Kaspa has done nothing for the last year. People are frustrated with it, but then just watch in the next month or so, it could just again do a 3-4x, and people will be like, "Oh yeah, Kaspa's the best again," singing its praises. It can happen. Things happen in the space very, very quickly. We've seen that again, time and time again. November has always been a bullish month for Kaspa, and right now, even though Kaspa's not doing amazing in regards to skyrocketing prices, from November time we are already up about 30%. So we're still bullish in November. Not as high as we want to be, but either way, it's still been a good month for us so far. You can't expect just green hills all the time. It's a very unhealthy outlet to have on the crypto market. It's not going to make you a lot of money because it makes you too emotional. You've got to understand that markets are up and down. And if you want to invest into Kaspa as a good holding, my personal opinion, not financial advice, is again, for me, you could honestly just have Kaspa and just leave it and not even look at it. Like, obviously, I enjoy looking at Kaspa and talking about the whole technical aspect behind things and what's coming to Kaspa. But either way, you could just hold Kaspa and just leave it for a year and come back next year and be like, oh yeah, great, sort of thing. What's up, DD? Welcome back to stream, my man. What's up, Cook? Welcome back to the Kaspa family. Hit that like button. Yeah, Dufflick always says, reminding me, if you enjoy the stream, be doing this daily, then leave a like. Helps a bit more than you know. Share with your friends and subscribe for more. And you see Shy wearing a Nacho shirt in Australia Crypto Conference. 2025 is going to be amazing for Kaspa means. I did see a lot of posts with Shy and members from the Nacho team. I didn't see him wearing a Nacho shirt. I must have missed that one. But again, I did see a lot of posts regarding that. So it's very, very, very cool to see. And proof once more. I mean, again, Shy does not actually support Nacho in the sense that he doesn't like... He's not like the devil or anything like that. I think he said out of all the memes, he did buy some Nacho because, again, it's his cat. So out of the meme incentive, he's going to buy a little bit of that. But otherwise, then, yeah. I think, again, Nacho is going to be one of the bigger owners right now. We can look at the memes right now. Again, Kanga's still dominating right now. Just short of 5 million, 24-hour trading volume. Yeah. Still got just short of 3K. The holders are going up, which is good to see. But again, it's still definitely controlled by the whales, in my belief. Either way, 35.5 million dollar market cap, still doing very well. Beating the likes of Nacho right now. You can see, in regard to volume right now, the big ones again is still Kango and Conan. Popcat's come up a little bit as well, and Bert's up there as well. Nacho again still quite high right now, but either way, Conan. I'm glad to see that Conan's still staying high, despite the price not really moving right now. Conan is remaining right now as quite a high volume KRC20 meme, which is good to see. So it proves that Conan, the belief in Conan is still very, very high, and again very diversified right now. 3.6k holders, but the market's not too high. I think these moves do have a chance to go up more in the cycle as Kaspa inevitably goes up as well. And even KREX, people told me about 3 or 4 days ago, and it's gone through an incredible rally in the past, in that time frame. You saw a massive spike here, and it's coming down. It's coming down a little bit, but either way, it's done incredibly. Now at $3.3 million market cap, and I could potentially see it going up much higher. If you look at the trending right now, I mean, it's just showing. I never actually looked at this part before, the trending stuff. Oh yeah, trending right now, you can see most transferred tokens right now is KREX and SHIT. I'm not going to say it because I get banned. But yeah, even though these are the 3 most transferred right now, the most minted again, the most transferred is the one I'll probably be looking at the most right now. So you can see the most popular ones right now, by quite a confident number is, I'm guessing this is quite a new token. I'm guessing it's quite a new SHIT. Yeah, it's not even fully printed out just yet, so it's must be very, very new. It was released 2 days ago. Okay. Oh no, sorry, tell a lie. It's released 63 days ago, because I don't know why this is so popular right now. Released 63 days ago, and okay, well that is a bit, I guess, cause for concern, if you will, maybe. But either way, yeah, SHIT, you got KREX doing very well, Kaspi again's up there. Bully's gaining more traction, and Kaspa still up there as well. So that's good to see. All the memes are still very much flowing and getting more adoption. Speaking of which, actually, the economy puts out here the trending spots right now. Popcat is right now got the most. Snack, Kabusu, Stephen, Kuhn, Kanga, and Scooby. All these right now the most popular KRC20 memes on Bitconomy. Good to see once more. And speaking of which, you've got another new listing, Stick. Bitconomy again, seeming to be launching all the memes, which is, I mean, it's good to see the support all in all. Bitconomy is doing that. So either way, we've seen all the memes coming through this exchange. Another one new, Stick. I don't know much about Stick. I don't think I've seen anything about Stick really. Oh, it's right here. Launched 26 days ago. Just short of $1 million market cap. 2.2k holders. So again, regarding Stick, not sure I understand what it is, a Stick figure, right? But again, the adoption for it is not too. The adoption for it is good. The volume's not doing too badly. If it gets more listings, it may do well. But again, time will tell. Good evening, Kappa Frog. Hope you're doing well today. I officially became an uncle today. That is fantastic news, man. Great to hear. The birth of life is a really special one. I am already an uncle to multiple people now. My other cousins have had. Other cousins just print out kids, I swear. In this economy as well, crazy. But yeah, I'm already an uncle myself as well. But yeah, that's great to hear. Again, big up to you, Kasper Frog, my man. And yeah, Uncle G is coming very, very soon. You guys teach your nephew or niece how about Kasper. Get him on board. But yeah, congrats, the little frog is incoming. Get damn straight. 2 Binance shirts, and we're at the Kasper booth as well. Yeah, again, saw that. Very, very cool to see. Again, it's nothing major in regards to. We already know Binance and Kasper are connected. That is proof of much as well. But yeah, that is again very, very big to see. Good morning, Buffalo Theory. We're back to stream, my man. We had 5 ways up. We were just doing an ABC back to 14. Then yeah, you know what? Again, regarding TA, that is also not. Again, TA, I understand what he's talking about here. Those who don't understand, I'll do a quick breakdown. But it's definitely a possibility of such. This Elliott Wave Impulse. You can't see it on my screen. Elliott Wave Impulse right here. At the bottom down here, we saw Elliott Wave up once. Up to here. Coming down again here. Nope, tell a lie. Elliott Wave up here to this point here. Down here. Up there. Down there. And then up to this peak up here. And then Elliott Wave, the 5 impulse upwards. And then you see an ABC correction, as normally will go along the lines of. Where's my Elliott? So ABC will come down from here. 1. Come down to here. Plug it up again here. And back down here. ABC correction. Then that normally then follow another pump. But again, that's an understanding element of TA if it follows that pattern. But again, for me, TA as much as it's great, and I do appreciate understanding some TA because it's helpful to you to devise where the zones are going to be of resistance and support. What's going to drive the price of a project is real developments more so than just markets. You know, Bitcoin breaking 100k would cause crypto, I'm sure, to start flying a little bit. Not parabolic, of course. When Bitcoin flies above 100k, if Bitcoin dominance then starts to correct and goes below this trend line, then yes, you'll see alt start flying again. But otherwise, then yeah, again, development from Kasper, developments from crypto space, developments regarding the political stuff as well, Trump and whatnot, is going to help crypto going forward as well, and Kasper's price in due time as well. Tony, updates from the devs keeps things exciting despite the agonizing long wait, keeps my hopes high. Exactly, yeah. I completely agree. I completely agree that while the price of Kasper is a bit stagnant and it's frustrating for us for the most part, it'd be more frustrating seeing a stagnant price and nothing coming for Kasper. Like absolutely nothing. But we are seeing pretty much daily. That's why every single stream I always have something to talk to you about. At the worst case, will be there'll probably be a time in the future I'll do a recap stream where I'm kind of saying what I believe Kasper could do based on these stuff you've already heard about. But otherwise, if you watch back from my previous streams, you'll see pretty much every single stream there's something new to talk about regarding Kasper. Always some new developments, and it's good to hear that despite the price again being stagnant, the developers aren't stopping to build. And that also reignites my belief that Kasper again is going to do really well because the developers just don't take breaks. Yeah, can go again. Massive chaos. It's very, very. Shout out to everyone who's holding it right now, doing very, very well. Apparently, it's meant to be a tier 1 on the horizon. They confirmed the Kango team. I also showed this in my previous streams that once Kango surpassed 40 mil market cap, you'd see connection to tier 1s, which it had surpassed that already. So now they're waiting for the funding. They ask, the holders to fund. Make a crowd fund to raise the money to then get onto the tier 1. So hopefully we see that very, very soon. So sad Kasper made a part of the bull run. I mean, it depends on what you clarify as part of the bull run. If you think Kasper's going to reach to $10, then yes, that may miss it. But Kasper is not going to miss the bull run. If Kasper reaches at least $2, I think Kasper's going to make it at least $2 this cycle. If it does that, that's at least a 12, 13x from here. That's not missing the bull run. $2 is still good. Right now, it's top 32 on CoinMarketCap. It's not as much as it's the amount of gains we may see may be lackluster in this cycle because there's not enough coming out for it. We may not see a 50x on cap of this cycle because again the lack of developments. But either way, it won't miss the cycle. It's his first cycle ever. Therefore, it's going to catch onto the cycle. It's going to make some pumps from here. No doubt about it in my mind. Not financial advice, of course, but I think again it's going to go up from here. And if we get developments coming out quick enough and the market and the cycle lasts long enough, we'll see Kaspa have more higher potential to go higher in price. But it won't miss this bull cycle. Next one will be great, of course. Next one will have more developments out already, KRI involved, so it'll be much more bullish, arguably, in the next cycle. But it won't miss the cycle. I'm very confident that much. It just may not be as high as we think, but either way, as much as I say that, we also don't know how high crypto and Bitcoin is going to go with institutional adoption. It's like we can all make predictions, right? But a lot of predictions are based on historical data. But we're in a new cycle with new things to look out for. That is hard to ascertain because I'm not a hedge fund manager. I don't know how much money floods into the space and how much it can influence the market. I know there's going to be trillions flooding in, but I don't know how quickly and to what degree and how hard I want crypto to Bitcoin to go. All I could do is look at this news and say, okay, that's very, very good. But at the same time, I've got to understand as well that these people have their own agendas. Now he's saying, oh yeah, Bitcoin reached 13 mil, but maybe he's saying that to get people to buy into Bitcoin, then he can just sell on your head. Who knows? But yeah, every coin is part of the bull run, definitely. You can make it short. You can make short if you want to. Yeah, again, you can still make money. Again, that's also why I made a Discord server. Much of it mainly Kaspa Maxis never all believe in Kaspa. The whole purpose of my Discord server is to talk about ways to just have a community where everyone can kind of span together and just chill, chat, and to talk about how they're making money, if you will, and how to make money. Obviously, no one's telling you buy this, buy that. So the space, like they'll drop maybe some little meme coin stuff in there, some tickers and whatnot, some CAs. But otherwise, just say that I hold XRP, hold Angaran. Algorand's doing really well. Great to hear, my man, so to speak. Talk about Kaspa, of course, developments, and also other stuff, economic factors that could also help devise your own trading strategies. So if you want to learn more, again, check out the Discord server on my home screen, on my YouTube channel, in the description, also in the chat right now. And just come join the family. 30 moving average 60 moving about to cross in a few days. Again, TA wise, it sounds very, very good. I hope you will see some more price movement following that for Kaspa going up very, very soon. Hey Jay Soy, I missed the beginning, just joining now. Please, when the TBS going to be coming out? That's all good, my man. Welcome back to the stream, my man. Ultimately, let's get this post from Kaspa and users here, basically stating that 10 BPS, potentially, the timeline is being accelerated, potentially. Because we had this post here in the Discord, basically just saying that the target for testnet 11 hard fork is December 1st, 2024 at 6 p.m. So that's next week, which is very, very good to see. And we had this crescendo, obviously, talking about it here, which therefore means that we should be probably around the hard fork version. I think we should be around this latter part here. Especially if the testnet goes really, really well, and all the stuff they've optimized and improved end up working as intended, that will put us around the hard fork version and deploy transition testnet, meaning that we are just near main net deployment. So again, it could be accelerated more than it could potentially come earlier than the end of Q1, which is where we suspect it's going to be in March. It might actually come earlier than that. It might come more so in maybe January or February, which would be, again, the earlier it comes, if it's fleshed out and it's done really, really well, the earlier it comes, the better, ultimately. I think I'll have to get Kaspa merch for the baby. Great to hear. Love to see it. Appreciate the streams quick. Keep up the great content. Thank you very much, Bo Diggs. Welcome to the stream, my man. And yeah, I'm glad you're all enjoying it. Managed to buy some more at 14.5 cents, hoping it will be a new higher low. Again, potentially right now, I mean, we're seeing it on 3 occasions right now where Kaspa has seemingly rebounded off this zone here, which is good to see. So this could potentially be this next strong level of support for Kaspa. I mean, we're going to start seeing the run go up from here. But again, depends on markets. If Bitcoin decides to crash on Monday or just go down more so, or something else happens, then yeah, we'll see crypto go down more so. But either way, I'm optimistic that Bitcoin and crypto and Kaspa, of course, will go higher from here. Nakamoto Games is the best gaming project. I've been in crypto for quite some time. I've obviously got into other gaming projects in the past, like Vulcan Forge. Also got into Ultra in the last cycle as well. I was in Gala earlier this cycle, but I got out due to due to other factors, let's just say. Gala had some very serious situation that occurred with some legal stuff and with the developers, and yeah, I basically just made my profit and got out. But I've looked at other projects in this space. Naka's one that I'm very optimistic about. That'll be a decent one. The other ones like Beam, I think Beam's going to be a decent one. Vulcan Forge, I'm currently in. I've got a lot of belief in. I'm hoping Vulcan Forge. I've got very small money on Vulcan Forge, but if it does really, really well, again, that's 25x, so I'm happy about that. GFAL, the history behind that, really, to the developers behind GFAL are like big in the Web 2 space of like the big industries like Activision, Blizzard, EA, and so on and so forth. So, but the two ones that I got into last cycle that I have conviction for is Ultra and PYVR, Vulcan Forge, PYR. But again, Naka's one that is like the up and coming this cycle that I think could do very, very well. So again, I'm definitely going to scoop up some Naka and hoping it could do very well in the cycle again. If it goes to all-time highs at least, that'd be $7. So I'm happy. I'll be happy with that. You've seen Gun has got an investment from Coinbase, and also Karat is a nice one to look at too, also on Coinbase. I have not seen that either, actually. You talk about Banana Gun. I know I did see something about banana tape getting on some exchange. Karat. I've not heard about Karat. $72 million market cap, 3.2 million in volume. It's on Coinbase right now. Yep. KuCoin, Gate, BigX, Crypto.com. It's good to see MEXC. So some decent big exchanges. 50 cents almost. All time. Not too bad. Launched earlier this year. So it's a very, very new project. What's it about? About. Oh, when it works, you know. I'm not seeing anything about. Is there an about page for it? Okay, well, it doesn't have an about page. I don't actually know what the project's about at all. I don't know what it's actually, you know, if it's an L1, is it a proof of stake, whatever, maybe proof of work, if it's a gaming project. I don't know what it is. But either way, I mean, for the looks of it right now, circulating supply is quite low in comparison to the max supply. Volume's not the best right now. It's down. Maybe it's one to look at ultimately. I mean, it does. The fact that it's got Coinbase it's a good thing, definitely. But again, it will have to wait to see if it's a big gainer in the cycle. Right now, it's a market cap, so it's quite a small project. So again, the chance it hits the cycle is smaller. I'm not saying it will miss it, but it's just smaller. I have not heard of Gun though. Naka is not anywhere close to being the best gaming project. Gunzilla is way better, and everyone knows it. Just look at Off the Grid and how well it's done. I mean, Gunzilla is based off the back of I do think Naka is a very, very good gaming project. I am very bullish on Nakamoto Games. Not in it just yet, but I am bullish on it. I'm more bullish and more sentimental on Vulcan Forge, obviously. But Gunzilla's done very, very well off the grid. Of course, getting on Twitch, being very, very popular. Of course, that has now dropped off the radar a little bit, which is to be expected, of course. You had a lot of Web 2 content creators who are kind of paid to shell it, which is expected. But it brought a lot of adoption to it. It's the first ever crypto game to be on Twitch and have such high volume, you know, so much adoption and attention. Also to get airdrops and stuff like that. It's done very well off the grid, all to consider, and it's on the AVAX chain as well. So that's also why AVAX has typically done quite well since the release of Off the Grid. I'm not sure when it. So it was around here, I believe. Off the Grid started getting some news, I think, around here, or somewhere around here. But of course, it's gone up massively since then. I think it might even be down here. No, that doesn't sound. That's early November. No, it wouldn't have been there. So it would have been probably around here. But yeah, Off the Grid's done very well for AVAX, for the AVAX chain. And that's also a good sign that gaming crypto is going to do much better in this, or in the cycle in the future potentially as well. I think, again, one of my most bullish sectors actually is gaming crypto. I don't know if it's going to really do well this cycle. I'm optimistic about it. I mean, Alex Becker's saying it will do. And of course, he's very well in tune with the gaming sector, so I'm inclined to believe him. But I'm more on the fence it's going to happen maybe more so next cycle. Because when gaming crypto takes off, that's going to be big. Gaming sector is such a massive market. But I'm sure most of us here have or do still play games, video games, and that's, of course, the size of the market is untamed. It's so massive, and you can manage to monetize that with crypto. It'd be a massive market. And it also brings back the value to NFTs, a market that has completely capitulated right now, and that'd be another very, very big deal. I know we all see Kaspa as a long-term play, but with the peak coming and possibly in 4 months, maybe 8 months, do you expect to sell 100% of your Kaspa? No, I will never, ever sell 100% of my Kaspa. Unless something disastrous happens and, like, you know, something like absolutely crazy happens. I'm not even going to give examples of something that I don't think I could even say on YouTube. Something really, really crazy happens. There's a very, very small to no chance I'm going to sell all my Kaspa. I'll be taking profits, and I'll take putting 8% of my profit of my bag out in the so-called peak, but I will never sell all of it. I look at Baby Conan already secured a Bitconomy listing at this Monday. Top dollar and Conan supporter. Well, that's good to hear. I mean, obviously it's just how you got Baby Kaspa. Conan. Is it this one here? I'm guessing it's this one here. Yeah, Baby Conan, B Conan. Yes, it's probably this one here. I mean, yeah. Currently got a very minimal amount of volume. It's got a lot of holders in comparison, which is good to see. And that's expected because, again, Conan done very, very well. Second highest volume on KRC20 right now. And Baby Conan, B Conan is a derivative of that, and normally derivatives do very, very well. Well, they do very well initially. Their longevity is normally a little less so, but they do very well initially. So it's got a lot of holders. Market cap's quite low. Volume's very, very low. But again, maybe it does well. If Conan does well, B Conan does well as well. Same thing you could argue for Kaspa, right? Kaspa. You got Kaspa there, and I think you had Baby Kaspa somewhere. But I'm not sure what happened to B Kaspa. That already fallen off the map or something. Oh yeah, Baby Kaspa right here. Baby Kaspa right here. Yeah, so it's again, volumes right now non-existent. Very small market cap again. Not got many exchange listings as well. But again, and the premise behind it is that ideally, if Conan and Kaspa do well, then Baby Kaspa and Baby Conan will do well as well. At least that's the general belief behind it. Probably sell 10% that I'm risking, I'm willing to take, just taking profits. If it doesn't go down again, then I'll buy cheaper price, but I feel bad. Yeah, good idea, my man. I mean, that's not a bad strategy. I guess we'll see these things for Kaspa unfold in the future, but most things will happen after the cycle top. That's why I ask. I mean, depends on when the market top's going to be. Market top could be March, market top could be November. If it's November, then it won't be late. And if it's March, then it will be late. But at the same time, remember that Kaspa did this in a bear cycle, so Kaspa could end up making its own bull cycle. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying it's a theory. It's speculation. But if Kaspa did it once, why couldn't it do it again, sort of thing, you know? If it has the developments coming out for it, it could just steal all the liquidity from Bitcoin and just start pumping more so. But either way, yeah, I wouldn't sell all my profit, personally. Technically, fourth wave invalidated third. Sure? Yes? Oh, I know what you mean, yes. So technically the fourth wave invalidated the third, if you look at Kaspa's one. Talking about Elliott wave here. So we go to Elliott wave. We've got 1, 2, 3. Technically this fourth wave here, I kind of invalidated this one here, so it's just gone up to that instead. So therefore you could just say it's gone up to that because that one didn't count, I guess, and then it comes down here, and that'd be the fifth one up here. I mean, either way, yeah, that's basic. That's kind of like some elements of TA. I wouldn't say it's basic. Elliott wave is not the most easy thing to understand and get a grasp of, because again, it's kind of trying to determine where the wave happens, and obviously you can look at it like this, as that's the 5, and that's the top here, and it's coming through an ABC now. But again, I tend to generally base my immediate market predictions on developments, not TA. TA just helps me devise zones. So like, when I look at this right now, I'm like, okay, so what I'm seeing is zone here, in this green part here, this green part here. This blue part here is just where it started in October. There's another zone here that's green here. That's like a zone, I think. But either way, these zones are drawn out, and based on developments on the immediate day, that are where we can see Kaspa try and make a push towards it again. So if we can see Kaspa steep bay around here, and then we see Binance listing tomorrow, and then we'll see it just do that, or we just see Kraken dumps Kaspa and just completely just gives up on it, and we just see it do that. But then the whole point is that with my elements of TA and stuff like that, I can devise where the correction should go to an extent, or how bad the correction should be, based on the zones that I understand. Something of my concern is that when institutions take profits, won't put money back on alts. I mean, yes and no. Again, institutions are starting to get ETS. You know, they only got Bitcoin and Ethereum right now, but you're going to get Solana, you're going to get XRP, you're going to probably get Kaspa as well. They'll probably take profits as well. But I imagine they may not put it back into alts, but either way, that's where retail, chimes in. Retail still chime in. And either way, institutions also understand that they're all massive traders at heart, so they probably also might do the same thing. If they've got ETS for it, they'll do it. So they may not be, they may not put money into micro caps, because that's retail and that's very risky, so they don't do that. But they might do it into Kaspa and Tau and Sui and other projects to get ETS if they do in the future. Salute Jay, do you also agree that altcoins will pump nicely next week? Good question. I think Bitcoin will pump, and I think alts will kind of, to an extent, follow the super, maybe not as aggressively. And then once the Bitcoin dominance starts to rescind and starts to come back down, and it goes below this trend line, then I think we'll see the alts start pumping more parabolic. If you do have a double peak, do you see Kaspa being a huge gainer with the hype? Yes. I think by that point, it's just not smart contracts will be very, very big, but also because the KRI will then actually be able to list their projects with Kaspa with smart contracts. And then by that point, I think you'll see most, if not all, tier ones with Kaspa by that point as well. So I think, yeah, if there's a double top, or even if there's not a double top, even if the double top of the cycle ends November, October, I think Kaspa will be a decently big gainer, quite a big, probably one of the bigger ones. But altcoins should start in January at least. I hope we'll see higher Kaspa prices by then. I'm sure we will. Time will tell, of course. Of course, just remember, don't be emotional, be logical. How long you're holding Kaspa is up to you, of course, but I'm holding it long term. So what happens in this cycle? Disclaimer, I don't really care. I'm holding it so when it does reach $100, I'll be rich from here. Very, very rich. But either way, that's just my personal belief again, not financial advice. But I think Kaspa is still due for a new all-time high sooner than we think. Again, we saw the announcement this stream. We've got 10 BPS accelerated, so to speak, potentially. Dev's dropping some bombshells regarding, what's to come soon enough as well. And there's what they talk about, the MEF problem and stuff like that, MEF resistance, stuff like that. And potentially that market's going to explode on Monday, following Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy going to hopefully buy 3 billion more Bitcoin on Monday. So again, more to look forward to, but again, time will tell. But thank you all for watching once more. Good stream all in all. If you enjoyed the stream, again, leave a like. At 35 likes, right now, 20, we can try and make it to at least 40 by the end of the stream. 35 likes. So leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. If you want to know about crypto and other markets, then check out my Discord server in the description, in the chat right now, on screen, and also on my homepage. And I'll be back same time tomorrow at 4 PM UTC. I'll put an announcement in my Discord, and